Howdy, Patrol members, and welcome back to the Mojave Patrol. We got another whiskey review for tonight, and that whiskey is going to be Blackened. Not only have I never heard of it before, but I've never seen this bottle. And I walked into Bevmo, and there it was, and I thought, you know, I got to try that. And tonight our cigar is Leather Rose. Leather Rose. Let's crack it open. How you guys all doing out there? Doing okay? Summer's right around the corner. It sure is getting warm. It was 97 here today. And yesterday it was 82. And it's supposed to warm up by the weekend, but cool off back down into the 70s. So like I said in the previous video, we have this roller coaster action. Now, they're just forecasting, so who knows? So what do we got here? Leather Rose. Pretty ambiguous. There's a little symbol embossed on the band right here, though I can't make it out. It does have a cigar silk, and a friend of mine has asked me to collect these for her, and I will do that. So let's take my Rough Rider Stockman's knife and trim the cap. I think I said in a video the other day, for you people south of the equator, it's going into your winter, isn't it? And there's some countries in the world, like Japan, we're going to be very warm in the southern part of the country, but very cold in the northern part of the country. Oh, it has a very sweet dip on the back of the cigar. Almost reminds me of that Easter candy. Remember you used to get cheap Easter baskets when you were a kid, and it had that when I was a kid, they had this green grass that was kind of like a papery material, and it'd be stuffed with all this cheap candy, and it would have that sugary sweet smell. That's exactly what it smells like. This is a Cuban. This is a Maduro Torpedo. And tonight is beautiful. A beautiful moon tonight, almost full. As a matter of fact, I will cut a clip in here of what the moon looks like. Don't see that every day, do you? But anyway, I have a newly acquired cigarette lighter from the Second World War. It is green, wrinkle finish, and the only thing it says is USA embossed on the windscreen. And it's a self-contained lighter. In the bottom is a plug and a screw to hold the flint, so it doesn't slide apart. And I've had a lot of World War II lighters, and I have never seen one like this. It has no manufacturer's name on it. It says Phil, not a name, F-I-L-L, Phil. And it has a little... That's my neighbor's dogs. They didn't want me out here filming. But here we go. Ooh. Did your job. Can't ask anything more from an old soldier like that. So let's give it a whirl around the block here. That is a super mild cigar, leather rose. I'm really happy with it. This came from the Oakland cigar shop. That is very relaxing cigar. Yeah, it's very clear blue sky, pale blue sky. Sun is going down in the west behind me. There's a line of fluffy cotton wool, grayish blue clouds. There's the big bright moon up here. It's really quite beautiful. Really quite beautiful. The only thing we're lacking are night sounds. There we go. Now it's complete. I could sit here all evening and just watch the moon and have a cigar. But that's not really why we're here.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Let's rest this in the old butt can. Okay. Blackened. This is batch 141. American Whiskey Remastered. Ooh, remastered. Okay. Blackened, a blend of straight whiskeys finished in black brandy casks. Remastered by Dave Pictrol. It's 90 proof, 750 milliliters. Blackened, a bold collaboration of the finest hand-selected whiskeys and unrivaled composition of craft and creativity. Born in cask, forged by sound. And bottled by the Sweet Amber Distilling Company, Columbus, Ohio. Ohio whiskey. That's close to Canada, isn't it? Ohio. Are we ready? I know you're all waiting for this. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. Yes, right over here, birth defects. And you gotta, this critter is dangerous. It's born dangerous. And after they realized what it could do, they locked it away. Apparently in some salt mine in Utah. I know it seems cruel, doesn't it? But if you knew more about this thing, you wouldn't think so. Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery. Don't do it. Don't do it. I knew a couple of guys. They rented a boat on the river up by Lake Havasu, and up a ways. And they brought a couple of cases of beer, threw them in the boat. And when they were done, when they finally woke up, they'd been out for 2 days, and that boat was close to Parker Dam. And the guy who owned the boat had already called the cops on him. But they managed to get the boat back and explained that they were just too jacked up to get the boat back. And The guy accepted it, and yeah, they didn't go to jail. But don't do it. Oh, and may cause health problems, and that's the last thing we all need are health problems like that, isn't it? We don't need them. So let's crack this open. There's a perforated section right here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Cork or cap? Cork. Okay, so let's listen. I know it's hard to hear. It's a warm day and all the bites are out. Nice pop. That's an old-timey bar smell. That. Oh! Well, there it is. Yeah, the old-timey bar smell. Cozy dark blues with a single yellow candle in the center. Dark red or dark brown leather seats. A long dark bar with a brass railing. Brown leather top stools running along the bar with the brass tacks around the outside. Yeah. Well, a little L&M and Old Gold in there. Okay, so let's pour us a dollop. Has a nice color. Nice and dark. Over the lips, past the gums, look out stomach, here it comes. Hang on, the hug is here. Here's the hug. Down to here, it's got a good Kentucky hug. Good Kentucky hug. That is pretty mild and smooth. Unfortunately, it doesn't go good with the leather rose, and I'll tell you why. Even though a nice dark Maduro cigar like this normally goes good with a dark whiskey, it's this sweet tip. Kind of spoils the whiskey. If you're out with a bunch of your compadres around the campfire drinking cheap whiskey like James E. Pepper, then it doesn't matter. But this is pretty good. This is a pretty good whiskey. It was $43, which is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Trust me, guys, I know. Cheap is $4.99 like Blackened. A good price for a halfway decent whiskey in these parts is between $18.99 and $24.99. So $43 is above that. Not top shelf. But for the price, you would expect it to be this good. That's why I keep harping about that James E. Pepper. But anyway, here's looking at you, kid. We'll always have Paris. Paris, California. Yeah, that warrants a second little dollop there. So, I know a lot of you probably didn't watch it, but I put up my Disneyland video. And I realized that I forgot to put a picture of the Phantom boats up. So, there's the Phantom boats. Okay, I loved that ride when I was a kid. I did. And like I said in the video, my grandfather did not like boats. He was not a boat person. Something happened when he was young that turned him off boats forever. But even though he didn't like boats, he knew I wanted to ride the ride, and he got on the ride with me. So I really appreciate that. So, we're supposed to go to Disneyland again here in the future, but man, if it's going to be hot, it is not a fun place to be in the hot weather. And let me tell you, the hotter it is, as soon as the more crowded it is. I don't know. I got a lot of this stuff cleaned out of my yard. I'll show it in the next video because I don't want, it's almost dark out. I don't want to take the camera off the tripod, turn it around and show it to you. Maybe I'll film some in the morning and I'll edit it in. Because I'm going to edit this tomorrow. But what else is new in our part of the world? I finally got a real disabled placard, not a temporary one. I got a one for actually disabled people. It's good for 2 years. Because my knee is totally shot and they're hemming and hawing about fixing it. So I guess that's the way to placate me, is by giving me a disabled placard. And it wasn't hard to get. It's not in California. Somebody told me that in Florida, you practically have to be on a respirator to get a placard, because there's so many old people in Florida. You know, if they gave everyone a placard, there wouldn't be 1/10 as enough disabled parking spaces. You know, the handicap parking, there's not enough anyway. So even with the placard, even my temporary placard, it was a 1 in 10 chance of getting disabled parking. So, you know, it's not all that big of a deal. Oh, and this word butt can here, that glows in the dark. Just in case you need to light up a smoke in the absolute pitch darkness. Wow. This is definitely worth the price. Oh, I'm back. Wow. I had a sneezing fit. I could feel it coming on. Apparently, according to my doctor, I have adult onset allergies. And let me tell you, I was going to say that's nothing to sneeze at. No pun intended, but anyway, it's worse in when it's warm out. So I'm taking this stuff called Claritin. I usually only need to take it once a day. But sometimes these sneezy fits just come on. When I start to water, you can feel it, and all of a sudden it's there. So I had to cut away. I didn't want to disturb anybody. There's a lot of airplanes flying into LA tonight. They pass right here to the southeast of me, one right after another. I have my flight app. I can sit here and I can look at my flight app and look, oh, this one's coming from Las Vegas, this one's coming from Denver, this one's coming from Phoenix, this one's coming from New York. You know, gives you all the particulars, gives you the altitude, how fast they're flying, the name of the airline, their destination, the place they depart from. It's a pretty cool app. It's called Flight Radar 24. It'll also show you military aircraft, drones. Now these are aircraft that have transponders. And not all aircraft do. Commercial, non-commercial, private, helicopters, even airports. It shows you the ground vehicles that have been dispatched in case there's an in-flight emergency that needs an ambulance or a fire engine or something like that. I've seen that. Like, also has special features where if there's a special flight that's going to take place, it'll notify you and in an email and give you a date as to when it's going to happen. I got a notification that they were going to ferry a Constellation from point A to point B, a Lockheed Constellation, where it was going to finish undergoing its final cosmetic and maintenance restoration. And apparently that is going to John Travolta. As if he doesn't have enough money, right? He's got to spend it on that type of thing. Anyway, back to the whiskey. I'm not a whiskey snob. If a whiskey is good, it's good. Whether it's a single malt or a blended whiskey, there's a lot of work that goes into blending whiskeys. A lot of work, right? So if there's people who says, "Oh, I only drink single batch whiskey or single malt whiskey," my lips never touch blended whiskeys. Well, they're missing out. It's like someone who doesn't eat a foreign food because it's foreign. I had never ate Mexican food. I never ate Chinese food. I had never ate Thai food. I never ate Filipino food. Well, you're missing out if you don't. Because there's a lot of good things in the world that if you're kind of snobbish about it, you're missing out on it. And that includes people. Sorry. But anyway. That's about it. Leather Rose is a really good cigar, except for that sweet tip. Some of you might really enjoy that. Let me know. I'm not a big fan. Never have been. That's why I never smoked those flavored cigarillos, they come in cherry or, things like that. Never was a big fan of that stuff. Flavored tobaccos and things like that. That's why I don't really drink. Now it sounds like I'm being snobby, but I really don't enjoy the flavor of like peach whiskey or cherry whiskey or Fireball. Some people love it. Okay, if you like that stuff, you like that stuff. I'm not going to fault anybody for it. It's just not me, And I've had cherry whiskey, and I've had strawberry wine. I've had all kinds of flavored liqueurs and liquors, and I always go back to the straight stuff. A nice Cabernet Sauvignon a Pinot Noir, a really good port. I like a good port. A port and a pipe. But I haven't smoked a pipe on this channel, have I? I will. I will. I will smoke a pipe on this channel, maybe next time. Anyway, so I'm going to go with my old standby to the Army and the Navy and the battles they've won. Here's to the flag of freedom, whose colors never run, and may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. Here's to you and yours. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And until next time, later, mater. Ah. Whoa! Almost broke that, huh?